I don't know. I'm so fucking nervous. Like I've done this shit before. It's crazy, right?
So,
I'm
Anyways,
chilling, man.
so what we doing for July 4th though, Kevin? What's up? What's the move?
I think I'm going to Greensboro on some shit. I don't know. I
God
don't know what's
damn.
going on. Can I get one more mic check really quickly, just so we can
Y'all.
all right,
Mic check, mic check, mic check.
Yes, sir.
He's spitting.
Okay. Today's the day. Hello, people of the internet.
Oh Lord.
It's gonna be one of those days.
Little man, you should have been in the intro.
Welcome to Hardcore Casuals. We have rebranded. I ain't gonna lie. Let's get the introductions out the way, and I'm gonna start with our good man Dev the Rev. I'm gonna let you hit the floor first. Let the people know who you is.
So I'm Dev the Rev, music artist, gamer, professional mobile player on one game that nobody's heard about in years. I work in a lot of areas of entertainment. I've done show building, stage construction, audio engineering. As I said, I'm a performer. Done South by Southwest events. It's a lot. My gaming career started with Crash Bandicoot though, and Tekken.
Nice. I'm looking at that nigga Father Shinron. How you doing today? Let the people know who you is.
Alright. How y'all doing? My name is Father Shinron, aka Shinron, aka Jay, and I'm just a regular dude who love gaming, anything nerdy, anime, you name it. I'm really into music, and I'm just a regular dude here trying to make things happen, trying to get the magic working. So yeah, it's nice to meet y'all.
Sir, yes, sir, yes, sir. So honestly, I'm looking at you, Miss Click King. I'm gonna let you talk to the people right quick. Let us know who you is.
Hey, what's going on? I'm Miss Click King, also known as an amazing gamer, depending on where you catch me. I'm mostly just going to be talking about art and fighting games. Not that good at them, although some people will tell you otherwise.
Stay
And then
lying.
That nigga's a capper, Your Honor.
No cap.
He's a buckethead cap. That's all he is. But anything else you need to know about me, you'll figure out sooner with the podcast in time.
Indeed, he's still lying for real, for real.
Hey, look. There's always a next level.
Right.
I don't care what nobody say. There's always a new ceiling to reach.
I ain't gonna lie, saying Poppy Afro out loud is kind of gross, but I'm gonna let you talk to the people. Let them know who you is, my guy.
All right, y'all can hear me though. Yeah, y'all can hear me crystal clear.
You up there?
Yeah.
There's-
It's your boy Poppy Afro, aka Killer Slick on the games. Just like that man. Father Sharon said, I'm just another regular dude. I love the gaming. I love the music. We're here for the long run. We're here to win.
yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Now, our the GOAT himself. I think he's with us right now. I don't know if he's muted or not. I would love for Sir Black Zombie to hit the floor and introduce himself to us.
Oh, that shit is a terrible one take.
Mic check. What am I doing again? No, I'm just fucking with y'all. Yo, this Black Zombie. I like the game. That should be good, right?
That's perfect. My name's Cal. I used to go by Cal Not Nice, but now I go by Weeaboo Salad. It's a really interesting name. I don't know why I stuck with it, but I'm very casual and everything. I enjoy what I like, hate what I don't like. But it's enough wasting time. I know most of y'all want to question what the fuck is a hardcore casual, and I kind of question that too sometimes.
We still don't know, to be honest. We all got our own definitions.
There's 1,000 definitions, but I do want to hear from Black Zombie first, just how he feels about what exactly a hardcore casual is to him.
It really, to me, like embodies the kind of duality of the gaming culture, and we can get into the like weeds and to the meta of it, but there's the sense of competitive, and then there's the sense of like creativity. And so we have a lot of friends that this really started off with that kind of gradually grew into a community, slowly transforming and kind of mid-level philosophy of just like, hey, we like to compete, we like to be competitive, we like to be hardcore, and the different varieties of hardcore that the gaming community has to offer, and casual play, friends, collaborative work, something more enjoyable, therapeutic in nature. So that's hardcore casual to me.
And anybody else want to take the floor on this? Because my definition is not going fly and going.
Now I'm curious. What is your definition?
I'm gonna wait.
Oh, okay, understood. Well, let me go ahead and get my little one take about it then. Hardcore casual to me is someone who is really into the culture, gaming, anime, all that nerdy shit, but it's not like taking it really like close to heart, but just really into it, like is interested in the whole aspect of it and want to learn more from it. So that way they can be like not be a casual in it and get paid for it. Who knows? That's mine.
I don't know. To me, I guess a hardcore casual, I think about the gaming industry a lot and how people have made a professional career off of reaching the highest point of professional skill at gaming. And as much as I would like to be at that level, I don't want to go move into a house full of other gamers and travel to multiple states. But I love everything.
Life.
Yeah, I mean, for some people that's the dream. For me, I want to be able to still be at home. I want to still live my life, but whenever I'm on games, I personify everything of my efforts into trying to be the best at it. I go hard, and just because I'm not on a pro team and eating, breathing, and sleeping it, I'm still hardcore in my gaming. So hardcore casual.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yep.
Okay, what's your definition?
All right, look. So when I first heard the term, I just this is crazy to say out loud. So when you look at 2K, you think of the casual market. All right. So I think I'm relatively okay at 2K. I take it too seriously, and I look at everything else I play. It's just like, yeah, I play shooters. I'm very casual at that, and I play when I play roguelites. I'm very casual at that. I have my foot into like a lot of things I like, but I never like take it truly serious. Besides a few things here and there. But it mainly first came when I played 2K, and I was like, this is a very casual game that I'm taking way too fucking seriously. Like I'm sweating, and it's a online virtual basketball game. That's when it like first got exposed to be like, oh yeah, I'm definitely a hardcore casual because there's no way I'm taking this seriously over better games, aka Tekken 7 and things like that. So that's definitely where it came from. To me, that's what it means.
Sounds like hardcore casual is a symbol of gaming justice.
In general, yeah. Literally.
I think it's, for me, hardcore casuals, just people who, at least in the gaming space, are more aware of gaming and what's surrounding it. You know, they like to follow the industry. They like to follow the news about games. You know, they get excited for any kind of leaks and stuff of that nature. And they take gaming somewhat seriously, but not to the point to where they can't have fun with it still. And, you know, engage with the community, whether it be like go to small local tournaments and things like that. You know, be a little more competitive about some games than others, but still have those sweet spot of games they could just enjoy with other people or by themselves. You know, not always having to play Call of Duty 24/7 and get mad because they run into an open area and get shot down in 2 seconds.
Warzone.
Yep. He knows.
Battle Royales. Oh man.
Yes, sir. That Rebirth Island. Ugh.
Apex player, I could feel that.
Yeah, Storm Point.
I gave up on all of them.
Well, that's right.
All of them.
Oh man, Storm Point was horrible.
You have them shooters. I'm done with shooting games until I lied. I gotta wait for MW2 to come out. I just want Titanfall 3. We all know where that's
It's
gonna
not
be.
happening. No
Hey,
Hey, look, man. I was still playing Titanfall even when it was hacked. All right. It ain't happening no time soon.
I don't know. Apex is one of the biggest games in the world right now, and if they just so happen to be throwing in some Titanfall 3 promo and Apex, I don't think that that's out of line for what they would do. I think Respawn's that kind of developer.
I keep my fingers crossed at all times because I'm tired of waiting. I'm tired.
You know, now I think about it, it would have been great if it was free to play, like Apex. That's basically what they tried to do, except for with a paid game, with all their systems in place for skins and stuff.
You're onto something, but it's scaring me because it's EA at the same time, and I don't like EA publishing. They're gross.
No. I honestly was hoping Halo would have came out with a BR or of some sort, but they did pretty good with their online free multiplayer with Infinite. I enjoyed it.
I need to check it out. I keep pushing it off because I'm just like, it's there. It's always gonna be there. I got time.
Don't they have a content update problem though?
I haven't kept up with it as much due to like all the content like leaks and drops with Apex. So I haven't been in there recently, but I have heard some bad things on the content update. It just didn't really roll out very smooth. It got hype and then it just fell off because it didn't pick up fast enough. But Apex was the same way whenever it was challenging Fortnite. Now we see how that delta shift.
But nah, I'm not gonna lie. Speaking of Fortnite, they definitely tried to drop some more Naruto content, and I almost dropped $30. I almost did it.
I almost reinstalled the game.
Definitely finna go back in there and go get me some. I'm definitely finna pop me Naruto again.
Hey, you know what he said it like that.
Yo.
That man said that casually too.
Right.
Fortnite.
Cal,
Cal,
we know
I
other
think
people were
you owe me
thinking it too.
something.
Wait, hold up. Repeat
You
that.
owe me. Cal, not nice. I think you owe me some props.
What? Yo. No way we doing this on the podcast.
What you mean by that?
Yo. This is perfect time. This first episode. Yo,
Oh, shit.
we
Yo.
had this podcast in development since right before COVID hit. And so I was telling him at the time, I was just like, yo, Fortnite is going to like blow huge. It's going to go down as one of the most creative, expansive games ever. This is before they started getting all the IP properties and stuff like that. And Cal was like, nah, bro. Like, Fortnite? And I'm like, bro, I'm telling you. I'm like, this is what I want to talk about on the podcast. Is, you know, what's going on in the gaming community and stuff. And so I need that apology.
Oh shit.
Hey, I'll give you props, but I can't apologize because it's gonna do its numbers because it is Fortnite. They were able to get all those IPs. They had like their own little multiverse thing going on, but
It shut down a perfectly
I don't know.
game for it.
Its relevancy isn't the same to me. Like it's still big, but
No,
it did its impact. But now I'm just kind of like, I guess because I'm outside the circle, it doesn't like really like affect my timeline anymore like it used to. But
in mainstream culture, I don't think there's a single father or mother that doesn't know what Fortnite is.
But they all know what Wii Sports is, you know what I'm saying? So it's just like,
They also did the Travis Scott concert for the
Oh,
first
yeah,
time in a
that.
video game. And
the Travis Scott kudos.
yeah, no. The concert was like a huge deal because
seen it.
nobody had ever done a concert inside of a video game before. Not live.
Yeah, I think the only exception to that, even though it doesn't really count because of the context in which it took place, was the, I think, holographic live performance of Hatsune Miku in Japan that one time. I think that's the only thing that compares to that, but that's
They said it's on a different scale. They said Fortnite got big bucks, big V bucks. Look, you go and get your props. I don't want no apology, bro. I don't know.
No. Apologies is the wrong word, but I'm just talking shit.
Man, shit, day one right now. Speak, nigga. What?
He said, now we on the subject.
But shoot, since we are on the subject of just, accessibility, reach, impact, look, it's still kind of hard to get your hands on next gen consoles. As of now, it's either just it's either just you just build this PC or you sell your soul to Sony or I mean I don't know about the Series X, but definitely for the PS5 you got to sell arm, leg, and your soul. And we do have a certain somebody who I'm not wanting to talk about this because it's only been like 2 years, right? Or like a year and a half. I don't even know.
I think
It's been a year and a half.
hasn't changed.
Yeah. And right now I'm looking online and I went to Walmart just to see what the PS5 stock is like. And obviously, at MSRP, there's none, but I did find the listing because now Walmart online allows individual retailers. They have a $645 PS5 Spider-Man bundle, but the shipping is $228.
Yeah,
What?
$1,000.
You have to pay at least almost a band.
It's just scalping.
That's how much
And
I put spend for my PC.
They
What the fuck?
only do it in bundles too. Like you can't just buy the PS5. You have to buy
That's
Like,
crazy. That's literally the cost of my PC.
Sure.
It is.
That's a college class.
Oh god, that's tuition, baby.
I come in a very terrible position because I definitely got lucky when I did secure mine, even though I had to do some maneuvers.
The flex.
Fuck yes.
No, it's not even a flex. I had to go gameless for 2 weeks and be like, your PS5 gonna come back broken type shit. I ain't forgive you niggas for that shit either. Yeah, nah, I feel like economy's bad. Niggas is definitely scraping from the bottom of the barrel. But there are some options out here, and I hate to say that because it's gas is crazy out here. I didn't see someone spend 120 yesterday on gas, and I was just like,
baby.
hey yo, it's real touchy subject.
Kind of get a Tesla and some solar panels.
But it's definitely like if you don't want to deal with the scalpers, GameStop literally just drops all the time. Best Buy just drops all the time. Like it's there. You can reach it, you can attain it. The only bad part is it's either a bundle or it's that digital edition, and I don't got time for that. Like I just want the console. Keep it pushing. But nah, I do want to talk to my man's Poppy Afro, because you definitely are the main one talking about this the most. Like, where do you stand on this?
Oh, what? This whole PS5 out of stock bullshit?
Yes, this whole thing.
This is ridiculous. Like, because, there should be no reason why I have to pay $800 plus for a fucking PS5 just to get one. Like, no, this is like, bro, we're going on almost 2 years now. Why are we still out of stock? Like that, honestly, to me, that makes no sense at all.
I can give you some like tech info on why that is. Like the chipset. Sony has to we got hit by COVID, and what happened is our supply and demand chain line completely crumbled, and so everyone can't make the chips that they need, and so they got to take turns on using the manufacturing companies. And I think there's, for the chipset that the PlayStation uses, I think there's only like 3 companies in the world that can make it. And so I don't quote me on this, because I definitely should have did a little bit more research on this. I want to say this chipset is the same chipset that like Chevy's using in their trucks and shit like that. Like, so it's like car manufacturers and Sony PlayStation are competing. And yeah, Sony makes a shit ton of money, especially off its games, but the vehicle industry market makes so much more money. And so PlayStation will get like, cool, we'll give you 500 chipsets, and after that it's not 500, like more like 5 million.
Well, according to Gamer Rant, I went ahead and took a look at it. It's really systemic back from when we were within the pandemic, because supply chains broke apart, and according to this, they're still trying to source from multiple suppliers. So now they're trying to actually diversify where they're getting their supplies from, as opposed to going through one person, since they can't bring enough to them. According to this, they also may not have this issue fully resolved until 2024. So that might be the first time you'll see an MSRP PS5 be stable on a shelf.
And I feel like by then they might have like a different. I don't think, are they going to try to push a different model PS5 by then? That's like
Get a
I
been
don't
my
think
biggest
they
thing.
need to.
They have the Pro and
Hold up, one at a time.
yeah. My bad.
I said,
No, y'all good.
by the time we get a PS5 on the shelf, they're gonna have a PS6 Pro coming out.
Eight, bro, in 2 years. That's gross. That's gross. Not the
Cal,
PS6.
it's 2 years now, and look at us. Still no PS5s on the
I
shelf.
mean,
I got
that's
a
how
sidebar question.
Yo.
So with
What?
I know we're with PS5s and Sony in general, like we're going through the shortage. Would you prefer us dealing with that now, or Sony turning around and doing what Nintendo is, which is purposely underselling to create scarcity?
So I did remember it was hard to get a Switch for a while. I mean, when it comes to, like, the whole scarcity thing, I just kind of look at it from like a clothing standpoint, which really isn't good. It builds the hype around it, of course, and like it limits having problems like this. But at the same time, it's just kind of. I feel like companies should. It's hard to say you should be more prepared for what's going on because no one could really predict COVID. But
Xbox didn't seem to have issues.
that, like, Xbox is like fine. From what I hear, everyone's like, yeah, I got my Xbox that I needed. They're getting this Series X and S. They're chilling.
No, but they had
many
to.
complaints. But
Like Xbox was the bottom of the
Microsoft
barrel.
is a computer making company. Like where are they getting their parts from? Isn't it all most of it in house from what they're already doing with their computers?
which
I
would make
think-
the most sense.
I think it goes back to what Kyle was saying. Is like Xbox was prepared because Xbox was losing the console wars. They're outsold by the PlayStation hella. Nintendo was in a league of its own, and overall Xbox was going through a very bad PR, like rough fucking 2 years. And so they came out and they're like, "Yo, we need to get as many fucking consoles as we can. We need to make this as powerful as we can, and we need to sell our consoles at a loss to try and get it to people in their hands." Because lo and behold, a scarcity happened. People want PlayStations, can't get them, and so Xbox is surviving because they're like, "Yo, fuck it, can't get a PlayStation. You know what? I want a next gen experience. I'll get an Xbox." And that's no nothing to any Xbox player. I want an Xbox. I've just been broke.
I've seen a lot of news come up for Xbox, and one of the bigger things was that they are coming out with a possibly a streaming stick that they patented recently. So essentially, not only are they trying to keep their supply up, but they're also trying to make accessibility even more available to the common people that don't want to drop $500-$700 on a console setup, and they can just do it from their TV.
Like, I think it's been cool seeing Xbox's bounce back, especially from like how the Xbox One was like already received out front. Like, off rip, niggas like, I'm not getting the Xbox because they just on bullshit. But they're consistent. The Games Pass, how that changed their whole game plan towards just being able for people to like play games has been like amazing. Like, I know people aren't a fan of it because of ownership and all that, but there are so many games that you're like able to access to like right now that you probably would have never even thought about buying or touching. Like, they've been doing it right. And I hate giving Xbox credit, but at this point, at this age, I'm like, I'm not even like in the console wars anymore. But it's amazing. Meanwhile, Sony's giving us PS Plus Premium, $17.99 a month for nothing, streaming PS3 games. Like, why?
Tekken 2, $10,000.
We're in the year of 2022, and we're still trying to do cloud-based streaming. Like, Sony, bro. Sony's wilding right now. They're on the downside right now, personally.
I understand based streaming because it basically eliminates the need for any real type of console or high-tech PC. You can play it on your phone or anything. Like, they're basically trying to tap into like the mobile market, where it's just like, hey, you got a phone, you got service, play it on this. So they're just trying to increase their player base without that initial buy of a piece of hardware of any kind, for the most part, that you don't already own.
Yeah, and I think the accessibility, I mean, whenever you're out and about, if your friend has a smart TV and you want to play, a one-player game, I don't think streaming services are there for competitive games like Call of Duty or Apex.
Not at all.
But for the single-player experience, it's more than doable for a lot of people. I think a lot of people are happy with it. And it's crazy to see how all-in a company like Xbox has
Yeah.
done, and with their integration with Microsoft, the most popular PC platform, and then their Game Pass giving you both PC and console benefits for that hybrid gamer, especially in today's market. There's so many new PC players, it's ridiculous. And with GPU prices crashing, it's becoming even more accessible now. So all those people that have been waiting for this are starting to buy off of those crypto miners that are losing money on these cards now. So it's crazy because they built their platform originally as a media platform whenever they first redid it with the Xbox One. And now that they're in the next gen, they're even just combining their services with the Microsoft platform as a whole and creating like this huge ecosystem. It's kind of like Apple almost, but with like gaming and media.
Yeah, no, it's been lovely to see. And it's affordable too. Like they wouldn't even made this a Xbox too long of a rent. It's good lord. I just wish Sony would shape up. There's dead ass. There's games to play, but I'm gonna say there's no games. There's no games to play.
Sony runs into the bigger issue of not cross platform, old gen games. You know, because Xbox, they've been keeping up with. You can play any game on any Xbox console. You know, on their newer stuff. Not to mention, I think some of it you can get through Xbox Pass.
Yeah.
So, whereas Sony, they're just now starting to have a subscription service that allows you to play older games, but they're select, you know, and they're very few right now. So it's not even worth the buy-in price. And then you got people like me who rather just own the game outright as well. And so I'm still upset that I can't buy a lot of the stuff that you're talking about bringing to the platform. So I think Sony has a lot of things they need to work on, but Xbox has the opposite end of the issue where they have no real good first-party lineup games coming out because they've been doing things. Hey, you can argue with me all you want.
Their partnerships are like really helping them out.
Oh no, that's their partnerships, right? That's the indie studios that Xbox snagged up most of the time when they were already in the middle of working on the project, right?
They play
The
the
biggest
long
example
game.
was Cuphead. But I'm talking about like their first party lineups. You know, say what you want about Halo Infinite. I don't have any gripes with the game. It seemed to satisfy some people, and some people are more critical of it than others. But you compare that something as long as the development cycle was for that game, as many games that came out before it, such as Doom Eternal, even, you know, it didn't quite live up to a lot of people's expectations, I believe, and it wasn't what I was expecting it to be at that point for how much it was hyped up, you know, as well as all the other games and studios they have claimed, but they haven't actually produced any, you know, product yet exclusively for Xbox since they've been bought out. You know, so a lot of it is really just a waiting game, and in about, I would say, it could be as soon as 2, but I'll give it another 3 to 4, maybe even 5 years before we really start seeing that payoff of all the studios they bought and all the talent they bought really come into the first party lineup of Xbox.
I think that's smart though. They're playing the long game.
Yeah.
Didn't they acquire Bethesda?
Yeah, they did.
They acquired Bethesda, Obsidian.
I mean, you talk about Elder Scrolls Online, or the Elder Scrolls series as a whole. I mean, that's so iconic. And to imagine the next gen Elder Scrolls game on as a Microsoft exclusive, possibly, is incredible, or at least getting an early release, because I don't think studios are really in the mindset anymore of making exclusivity a thing unless you're Nintendo.
Yeah, because when you said that, I was looking at Sony, and a lot of their games are not coming to PC, and so it's just kind of like that barrier is kind of being broken down, like slowly but surely, like literally, like, and even now, most of Sony's like first party games, I'm just kind of like, okay. They're all kind of going to the cinematic narrative based gameplay, and I'm like, it's just not for me to where it's kind of heading.
Ratchet Clanks.
Ratchet was cool for literally 8 hours, and then that was it. No replayability. I platinum it in a day. Like what is anyways?
I'm still mad about the fact that they said we got a whole new weapon in the Ratchet never before seen, and it was basically the bomb glove from the first game.
It was a remake.
Literally, only like Nintendo really leads the way because it's even funny seeing the Sony fanboys lose their shit because now Spider-Man's about to be on PC, and I'm so glad for that. The mods, I'm here for the mods.
The mod's gonna be amazing. Bro.
So, but no, I am sharing my screen to show y'all some of the Xbox studios that they have under their belt now, and they have quite a bit. I don't know if y'all like LinkedIn or anything, but they have a few.
Some of these are old. What are the newer ones they got?
Let me see if I can
Wait.
find.
Oh, and they own 343. When did this happen?
They actually bought them out a few years back, I think, before they developed Infinite.
Wow.
I can't.
I thought they
spell.
were still their own thing.
Oh, can I get a full screen of that right quick? Hold up. This is
Some
so
people
janky.
thought that the buyout made them a little bit more biased towards profitizing and freemium, which is a lot of people speculate for Halo Infinite.
I
But
forgot
it's
all
not as
about
bad as
Blizzard.
Diablo Immortal. Oh my god.
Yeah, ooh, that's
I
a
don't
whole
even want to go.
episode.
I don't even want to go into it right now.
That's a whole
I have
Oh,
nothing to
separate
say
I'll
about
episode.
that
watch
game.
Asmongold's like videos on it. It's just so hilarious the satirical amount of money he spends on it. He's like, yeah, $300. Yeah, now let's try this again. Now I've spent $100 in soul gems to get this same mission, and he runs the same mission, and the loot is just all mythic everything. And he's like 20 levels below the people that he's partied up with, and he's doing more damage than them just because he dropped the fucking like hundreds and hundreds of dollars.
Damn, good to know. Diablo Immortals is fucking pay to win. Then that's just
Yeah.
crazy.
I remember I got
No one's
happy,
surprised.
and I'm
It is
this
a mobile game.
I just Diablo 4. I could care less. That's all I'm waiting for. Gross.
You guys
Never
don't
got
have
into
phones?
Diablo, so I don't feel any way about it.
Would you, Zombie? What'd you say?
You guys don't have phones?
I do.
It's better on PC regardless.
You don't get meme, do you?
Oh, that's from the showcase. You sick.
Oh.
I'm so focused on like not wanting to play that shit. Oh, he dropping jokes.
Anyway,
Speaking of new games, new experiences, I want to talk about Street Fighter 6 a little bit. But an amazing gamer brought up a really solid point. I want to say a while back of just we're kind of hitting this this next golden era of fighting games, and I'm gonna let him take the floor on that. 'Cause I want to misconstrue his words or his viewpoints, as he's beautifully muted.
that was a terrible segue.
It was a terrible segue.
No,
I'm gonna figure it out. Give me like 2 months.
Now this word from our sponsor.
Now this word from our sponsor, Manscaping. I said Manscape.
Manscaped.
Nah, you know it's gonna be
Yo,
like
yo, yo, yo,
Shadow
stop giving out free promo. No free promo.
No,
Ain't no way. This is all gonna be edited. No cap.
generic
Yeah,
cold
it's all gonna be
like a
edited.
local convenience store.
But I guess I'm gonna ask my guy Father Shimron. I know he plays a lot of fighting games here and there.
I gotta send them an email. That'll be a fire promo. Forgot to
How do
say.
you feel about?
Don't forget to Manscaped.
Yo.
Ooh. W plug. But how do you feel about this? I guess the viewpoint of that we're hitting kind of a new stride in fighting games. It's been I remember like the PS3, SO 360 era. It was just kind of. I'm not saying there was gaps, but all there like really was a standout was like Tekken 6, Tag 2, Street Fighter 4, and like things in between that kind of fell off the wayside. So, do you think we're kind of hitting a new golden era of things to come, or is it just kind of just more consistency, more listening to the fan base, just a lot more love put inside them?
I feel like there is like more love coming to it because if you told me like 2 years prior to DNF Duel coming out, I used to play DNF Duel or Dungeons and Fighters like when I was like back in like 12 years old, and I played it for a good time, and then I like fell off of it sadly. But if somebody was to tell me like 2 years ago that hey, DNF Duel is gonna get a fighting game, I would have called you a fucking idiot. And the fact that Arc Systems made it and it's so beautiful, and I actually really do enjoy how the game works. How you gotta like, how you have like mana, basically mana, and you got skills and all that. How you can like, oh man, they got all like almost all the characters in there, and it's like I feel like they're really just like grasping on the fact that literally you can make anything into a fighting game, almost. Because I was not expecting DNF Duel to be a fighting game, or to be like literally just like brought out as a fighting game, and for it to be made by Arc. Well, that was like I knew this game was going to be beautiful. That's how I know, because Arc Systems always make the game. And when I saw DNF Duel, I was like, "Yep, I'm ready for it." And I immediately, I think I bought it like 2 days after it came out too, or probably a day. And that was amazing. But for say a golden era though, I don't know. That's like, it's like I don't know. I don't know whether I can say it's a golden era, because literally. Go ahead.
Go ahead, Zombie. Go ahead.
I think fighting games, it's definitely coming into its season. We're gonna have to wait to see if it's going to become that golden era. Like, I remember like Soul Calibur 2, Tekken 3. Like, there was a lot of really good fighting games in that kind of like generation. Marvel vs. Capcom 2. And there definitely was a wave, and then it kind of like fizzled out with like bits and peaks. So whenever Tekken would get its big release, of course we have games like freaking Smash Bros. And I think just those heavy ringing champs have been holding it for so long that like small fighting games like Brawlhalla would come out. I think with a lot of shooters taking up the space, a lot of open. What I see a lot is a lot of open world adventure games, and that's what's been hot into the market, that and battle royales. And so with the lack of fighting games really being prevalent, I've been seeing more indie games and more niche anime fighters kind of like coming up and stepping up to fight into the ring. Within their following, it's definitely been successful. It's really time to see if this next generation of fighting games is really going to wow the crowd.
Definitely like that early to late. I don't want to say the whole 90s. There are a lot of good fucking things were just coming in. The innovation of fighting games in itself. Like, I will never take away from that's still gonna be like held in high regard. And I did some numbers too, and like most of the gaps, like from like Tekken 6 and all that, like from 5 to 6 to 7, if you're gonna count Tag 2 as well, like they're like always there, but just because how gaming kind of shifted towards more, like you said, more shooters, more narrative driven things, more open world games, it just kind of fizzled out to where it's like, oh, if you play them, like you play them, like you're just gonna know about it. But when I look at like this last console generation of just fighting games, like there are some stains, like Street Fighter 5.
Oh my god!
That when that first came out, like
that game would have been so lovely if they had the roster like they have now, instead of just throwing out like DLC out there. That was like some grimy shit right there. Like you literally went from Street Fighter 4, one of the Ultra Street Fighter 4, one of the best games to come out during that time. Best fighting games, how beautiful it was, sketch marks, how they just changed the whole Street Fighter formula in general, and just kept it like the usual Street Fighter game as it was. That was beautiful. And then all of a sudden you went to Street Fighter 5, and all of a sudden you just got like these little bit of characters and somewhat of some cool stuff. The only things that I say was cool in Street Fighter 5 was Kage. I enjoy Kage's fucking ultimate so much. It was so simple, just red and just black shadows just beating the shit out of each other. But other than that, that was the best thing I ever seen in that game. But just going from like Street Fighter 4 to Street Fighter 5, roster wise and kind of like gameplay wise for Street Fighter 5 was like there, but at the same time it was really just something was lacking. It was like something was really lacking, like compared it again to like Street Fighter 4, where like literally just sketch marks on some Dragon Ball Fighters type beat. Like the simple stuff was just amazing, and how the game just like the announcer and all that. That was just, it was like so much love put into it. It was kind of like Marvel vs. Capcom 3 going to Infinite. Like it's there, but it's lacking the love. And
So this is where I'm gonna, I gotta put on my Tekken cape right quick. You know what I'm saying?
oh, Lord.
I gotta put the bias in that motherfucker right quick. You know what I'm saying? So
King mask on.
I guess I wish I wish Anime was here because he like really was gonna drive the point home better than I could. When I look at just how fighting games were handled this last generation, most of them are balanced and if they're jank as fuck, they usually fix it. They get to it as best as they can. But honestly, it's like I want to say accessibility, but like most fighting games now that have that low entry to where like literally like, you look at fighters, you look at MK11, you look at King of Fighters 14. I know they are 15, but look at King of Fighters 14. You look at Grand Blue Fantasy versus like there's always like this low entry. Oh, can't forget Guilty Gear. Not forget Guilty Gear.
Guilty Gear would be amazing.
Most of those games, like, they keep they keep the love of their series in it, and then the fighting mechanics are they just take it to a whole new level. Like I remember I played Third Strike. I prefer Third Strike as my favorite Street Fighter game, but when I compare Third Strike to 4, I just see where Capcom kind of always falls short. So I'm just hoping in 6 they don't lose their footing. But it just seems like every fighting game in their newest iteration gets better, and they get better over time, except MK11. That was a step back from XL and 5. Those are like the only 2 fucking shit stains. 11 and Street Fighter 5 are just poopy. But everything else has been taking this great steps where it's just like the balancing is there, the fan service is there, the esports scene is there. Oh my god.
The esports in Guilty Gear Strive and Dragon Ball Fighters, that shit was amazing. I enjoyed every second watching, like seeing different stuff and different things happening in those games. It was amazing. I enjoyed it.
Like they're definitely a step away. I still feel like this last generation they like kind of went into it in like full force just because I have my bias with the games I do like. But I think Zombies are. I think it might take us a few more games where it's just kind of like, like this strive that they're in is just phenomenal, perfect. And this man Anime is really selling my bag.
That's so sad though.
Because he definitely had told me something earlier. Oh yeah, no, you're definitely gonna finesse that point.
Sadly, the man's is AFK
in
the middle of productions.
Productions. He probably wants to go walk his dog. He did say if he disappears out of nowhere, probably his dog wants to go get him. Probably edit that thing in later. Shoot.
But
I'm looking at
fighting games going to the golden era though. I think I don't know. Whenever I just think of just going to the golden era, I feel like it's a stretch.
I don't know, bro. We got Fighters 7. We got Guilty Gear. We got Rev. Rev 2. Got Skullgirls. What else did we get? We got Unist.
Are we talking about fighting games now?
Welcome back, sir. We've been expecting you.
We got Mortal Kombat X in this generation.
Oh, it's my bad.
We got Power Rangers in this generation.
Now Power Rangers. We're just talking about like the golden eras of fighting games.
It's just like the next evolution of it, because I know that was your point that you wanted to talk about, and I sold your bag. I fucked it up. I think the chat didn't understand what the fuck I was saying, so I'm gonna let you. I tried to segue to it, and it was a silence. So you got it.
Hey man, I tried to shoot you a message, man. That was, like I said, that was just bad timing. But yeah, no, man, I was excited for this one because for a while, right, we was just in a dead generation of fighting games where it seemed like we had some returning franchises like Mortal Kombat, Guilty Gear, some of those good stuff, Guilty Gear XR to be more exact. Like we had some of those games come out, and we had a few good ones in the mix like XR, but for a while it's like we had Street Fighter, we had Mortal Kombat, 10 and all this stuff. And then all of a sudden, we kind of went to a screeching halt, right? We had all these good games that came out that were very loose, expressive, gave you a lot of options, maybe too many options, a little bit of jank, but for the most part, were just fun experiences, fun to press buttons and even more fun to actually learn and fight people who knew what they were doing, right? And then that came to a screeching halt by the time, I think, right as Sam Show came along. Now, Sam Show was a fine game in itself, but that's not, dragon or anything. But it's like in that era of fighting games, we got Mortal Kombat 11, we got Street Fighter 5, we got a lot of games that just slowed momentum down and gave you way less options. It's like we're going to take everything you like about our games previously. We're going to slow the pace. We're going to give you less things to do. We're not going to give you any crazy options or good options for that matter. No overheads, the combo extenders, all that good stuff. And a lot of fighting games, I just fell off. And I think the worst thing that came out time period was meter that manages itself, right? So usually in fighting games, you have to attack and do things to be able to build up meter, creating a snowball effect. You already do good, you get reward, and you get to do even more stuff with it. And in this one, it's just like everybody has the same amount of meter, right? But once you use it, you gotta wait for it to recharge. So in Mortal Kombat 11, you'd be waiting just to be able to do any kind of cool combos or defensive stuff again, and sometimes for an agonizing long time. And then in other situations like Grand Blue Fantasy Versus, you could even do any of your specials. I'm not even talking about your EX specials. I'm talking about just your regular moves. Once you spent the meter, you had to wait for that thing to come back before you can even do the basic version of those. So it really just killed the ability to just engage with the game, much less the other opponent. It just kind of became this whole wait on the meter game. And for a while, it's just like a lot of games you kind of fell off of very quickly because they just wouldn't give you options or allow you to just have fun or do fun things for the sake of balance or competitive play. Just basically stripping all the fun out of the game. And then lo and behold, we had some indie games like Power Rangers Battle for the Grid that didn't care about any of that stuff. Basically took us back to Marvel.
Literally, bro, and I loved every second of it, even though it was janky as hell.
Man, I got Evo moment playing casually with somebody, man. I teleported and that man anti-aired me with a move that had no business hitting me out the air. I wasn't even on screen yet. But
bro, when they released Ryu, that was the worst thing they could possibly do. That nigga broke his shit.
I think it was one of the best things they could do. Cause
it was really the best thing, but at the same time the worst, because he was like so brain dead, it makes no sense.
Okay, quick gripe. I just gotta get this off my chest. Why is Street Fighter good in everything but Street Fighter itself?
I don't know! I love Ryu in fucking Power Rangers. He is amazing. Chun-Li is goddamn technical as hell. And Ryu is literally just, hey, I punch you, you're dead. Simple as that. Big hands do big damage. Literally, that's on him.
They are fun in Marvel games. They are fun in Tekken games. Then you go to actual games they're from. It's just like, what is this?
Yes, man.
But anyway, we get into the Strive era, right? And then suddenly we get all these options as far as like using meter for supers, RC, combo extenders, defensive moves. The game is fast paced. We have some real grimy stuff. We have super armor. We got overhead conversions. We got full range, like full screen attacks that will chip away at your health. Like we just have all the things you expect in games, just boosted up a level. Now, is it still stripped down from XR? Absolutely. But it just kept all those things at its core about what we love about fighting games, but expanded on it with the RC system. So now you have way more options to open people up and have pressure and be able to deal with situations you wouldn't have been able to before. And since then, it seems like we've had a lot of games take note about that. Now, not to say it influenced these games, but since then we've had a lot more free form and expressive games come out. Thinking about KOF. What is that? Not Eunice, but
Melty Blood.
Melty Blood.
I hate Melty Blood.
That degenerate fighting game.
Bro, I hate. Anime, give me that, bro.
I tolerate no slander.
I like playing it, but it's a degenerate fighting game. I can't.
It is, bro.
Oh, yeah.
Calvin. I hate that game, bro. Listen here. All right, if I get you in a hard knockdown, no, you gonna listen, nigga. If I put you in a hard knockdown, and your first option is to do down light, like a mash down light, I think you should just turn the game off and go to something else. Degenerate activity.
I mean, that's most anime fighting games, so you can't be mad at that. But yeah, once you're
I'm
best option,
sick.
that is a problem.
I'm so sick, bro. That's the only anime game I actually had to deal with that in. Literally, fighters, I barely dealt with that. I had to deal with
Fighters! How did I forget about fighters? That game right there.
that game is literally a yo. If I can sit right here, just level 3 people while I'm in hard knockdown, say less, and you
Right.
can literally take that like a champ, or you could just punish them and teabag them the entire time.
Right. Dude,
I
I
love it.
absolutely love fighters. I fell off a bit hard once the TOD started kicking in all over the place. But like even still, I love watching people play that game, and I like playing it with people around my skill level. It is so fun to watch and play.
Yeah, it's just such a hype moment.
But I think a lot of games miss that aspect, right? Just the enjoyability, just to be able to watch something. Like I think Mortal Kombat 11, I tell people, is not my fighting game. It's not a bad fighting game, but it is stripped down from 10 very much so. Very much so. Like, it's not even funny how bad I hate to say it, but like just nerf that game. They nerfed Mortal Kombat 10 to the ground with 11.
Like I will watch this video where
I got a 5-minute warning.
You said 5-minute warning?
Yeah.
Personally.
5-minute warning.
Oh, I guess I'm about to dip out. But
Oh, okay.
I remember I would watch this YouTube channel. I forgot what it's called, but it would always post like esports like fighting tournament moments.
Mm-hmm.
And I remember there was like an hour-long video of MKX of a bunch of hype moments, and that every time I watch it, I just get goosebumps every time because it's so amazing. MKX will forever be goated.
And the people are still finding new stuff in that game, man.
Yes,
That's
man.
what's crazy about it. Like somebody was Maximilian Dude hosted a Twitch tournament in celebration of that game where he had a bunch of returning known players in there. But the one that I watched was actually the what was it, turnip character, where it was like anyone could join, but they had to win the tournament first before they could enter it with all the established pros. And this dude played Predator so well, man. Like he was over here mixing people up on knockdown, on neutral. Like no one got to play. He shut everybody down with buzzsaws and lasers.
But, before we get too far sidetracked, I know we had Zombie said he got to bounce, so I do want to ask him one question before he does head out. Crazy segue, my bad.
This is not part of those, I promise y'all.
Overwatch 2.
Ooh.
How you stand on that, my guy Zombie? How you stand on that?
I loved Overwatch, and I watched it kind of like devolve into what it became. I saw it stop getting the love and attention that the game would need to continue to be competitive. And I just kind of fell out of love with it. So I haven't kept up with a single Overwatch 2 like broadcast chat. Like I just have not been able to bring myself to give a fuck. And I'm sad to say that like I'm pretty sure other people share my sentiment. And it sucks because that's the whole reason why they're trying to bring Overwatch 2. Is to kind of reinvigorate that. But in all honesty, everyone's looking at it and it's looking like it's just one big ass expansion pack. They could have rolled that into the base game. They wouldn't have made money off of it the way that they wanted to monetize it. But hey, this is the industry that we live in now. So
they did change quite a bit though in the game. They did change quite a bit, and I have kept up with it a little bit. I think I'm split between it because I think the improvements they made were all quality of life and don't really quantify it to be a new game. It's just how it should have been in the first place. But it's so different from before that the only way to really explain what it is as opposed to just a change of stating, like changing the entire state of one version of the game. They're just re-releasing a new version of the game and calling it the second edition because it's the way that essentially everybody hoped it would be. It's a lot more competitive with the single tank and one healer. I like the 5v5 setup. It's a lot more eco, I think.
Quick question, because you say they should have rolled it out into Overwatch 1. If you look on PlayStation right now, I don't know if they corrected this or if it's still the same. But if you look for Overwatch, the base game, the first game on PlayStation, I can't find it anywhere. Only thing that pops up is the Overwatch 2 beta. And then if you click on that homepage, all the things you can buy are the Overwatch 1 loot boxes and League coins or whatever it's called. So did they eventually roll it out into the base game, or how's that work?
So basically if you got like the game in like your library, I'm pretty sure I got like homies who actually had to buy it or buy the things to get it. So I think it was like sitting right at the bottom, like Overwatch 2 or something, and then it would just say like $39.99. I can't remember because I didn't like look into it. But I think it's literally just like an add-on, literally just sitting down there with the loot boxes and all that. So I think you have to like uninstall the game and just see it there, because I didn't see it when I was searching it up as well.
I know everybody who bought the Overwatch 1 game is getting pretty much all their stuff carried over in the Overwatch 2. And
Which
then,
they need.
Which is amazing.
yeah, and I don't think that they're gonna offer Overwatch 1 anymore. Technically, it'll all be like, even if you buy an old copy of Overwatch, it'll probably just update to Overwatch 2.
Yeah. Literally, when I had to download the Overwatch 2 beta, it gave me a separate option for Overwatch 2 and Overwatch 1. So I don't know if it's gonna be like anywhere different from that, or it's just gonna it's gonna like scrap it all and just say, hey, this is the game. Overwatch 2.
With that being said, are all the old skins, including the ones you didn't get?
Everything that you got, all your skins, emotes, sprays, everything.
Right. What I'm saying is, outside of what you have, do you still have the opportunity to get all the old stuff as well?
I think so. Yeah, I think you're able to do that because it still showed it up on there. Even so, it showed up the stuff that was locked that I didn't get, so I was still able to like look at it and see it. Hopefully, I'm pretty sure you'll be able to get it still. I don't think they'll be like that petty enough to do that. If they did, then I'm dropping the game.
He's lying, Your Honor.
I guess. Especially because a lot of people are attached to that police diva skin alone. So
Of course. I sit in a weird spot when it comes to this whole Overwatch thing. As some of y'all have known, I have bought and rebought that game many a time, so I just said fuck it. It's not my cup of tea, but I think I'm gonna come from a very different standpoint. I do really love that everyone gets to upgrade to the next game, or I should say expansion, because I'm just gonna look at all the sports games I play. Every year you have to drop another $69.99, rebuild your character. For a simple roster update, some graphical changes, you lose everything. And so this is really good seeing that, Blizzard Activision's just like, hey, yeah, no, if you own this game, look, move up. Just if you want to buy some skins, you can do that. It's gonna just make some changes. You get to keep your shit. You're cool. So it's like that's like the best positive I have. But I'm still gonna always say my jokes that Overwatch is gonna become Overwatch 2K23. I don't care. I'm gonna say that forever. They just took a lot of other models and they just kind of polished it. So like a lot of great quality of life things that I do appreciate. But this hero shooters is not my thing. So it's good to see. Shout out to Swords and the Truth being the main character. No cap. Big moves. You know what I'm saying.
Since we're on this topic, since I am a bit of an Overwatch connoisseur myself, 1,000 hours.
What's your highest rank?
Highest rank, ass. Anyway, let me just go ahead and say I put 1,000 hours of Overwatch 1, and
ain't get no money.
Ain't got no money. No cap.
Like 5,000-6,000 hours in the Overwatch 1, more than I have in Apex.
God bless you, baby. But
I'm doing touch grass checks on everyone. We got
no.
Man,
this is when I was broke, bro. this is what I was broke. Had no job, and all I could do was just play Overwatch, and that was it. But during that, comparing this or playing this game and then playing Overwatch 1 and then playing Overwatch 2, all I gotta say is it's really changed the pace. I'm not gonna lie. 5v5 it seems balanced, really very balanced, because you don't have to deal with like double shield goats and all that.
Oh my god!
You say that till you look at all the characters again and how many have shields that aren't tanks.
Hey man, hear me out. Most of them don't. But guess what? Sojourn got released, and that bitch is batshit crazy. Literally the most broken thing in the beta. I promise to God, it makes no sense how she can melt you down, and even if she missed like most of her shots, but if she hits you, she charges up her secondary shot, which does a shit ton of damage. By the way, literally, if you're half health as a DPS, you're getting one shotted by it. If she hits you in the head, you're like above half health, you're possibly getting one shotted by it. And then she got a grenade that slows you down, and then it does damage over time, which makes it easy for her to hit you with a secondary shot. Which, by the way, her secondary shot does not have cooldown, by the way, and she can charge it up by hitting people or hitting shields. She is the most broken thing in that godforsaken game, and her ultimate is the fucking secondary shot. Everything stems around that secondary shot, and it literally, and it like
patch that.
Bro, they need to, and I hope they did in the beta because I haven't played it ever since I played that the first day, and I know they got some updates from it. But I enjoy some of the I really enjoy though is the buff on the support class. Like they have a passive role now where you can get healed over time, regardless if you're in combat or not, and it's literally helpful because you sit right there as an Ana and you don't have your P jar. You can't just hit yourself with your own piss jar. And it's like, hey, I need healing over here, and you're getting chased down by a goddamn tracer. Regardless if you get healing over time, you're getting mowed down by that tracer. It does not matter. But it would be if you can hit your sleeps on that tiny woman. Congratulations, you're better than me.
That's why I just play Reaper and hit the headies,
bro. No, McCree.
It's on his name.
Cassidy. I'm sorry, Cassidy. I have to get used to it. I have to get used to it. Cassidy. Most broken thing. His grenade is most broken thing in there as well. They gave him a sticky grenade, and once it sticks on you, it does even more damage. So basically, say he already can like 4-shot most people in the game. 3-shot if you can hit people in the head. So if you sit right there, get those shots in, stick them with a grenade, you literally can look away like you're fucking off an action movie, and that nigga would just die from that grenade. Tanks, they will get melted by that motherfucking thing too. Speaking of tanks as well, Junker Queen, goated. She's a beautiful woman.
Yo, I'm so ready for Junker Queen.
Have you played the beta yet, Dev?
Seen what?
Have you played the beta yet?
No, I applied for it and I haven't been able to get in. It's probably because I have a new PC account and I didn't link it to my PlayStation account that I had the 5,000 hours on.
Damn, bro.
Damn.
I wanted to so badly.
But Junker Queen, though, she can squat me any day. She is a beautiful lady.
Yo.
She is very fun to play as too. She will literally turn the tides in the fight.
Bro, nothing got anything on Widowmaker. I'm sorry, but those cheeks were born into Overwatch and will Overwatch till the day it dies.
We stand Widowmaker around here. You feel me? But Big Booby Brigitte, we love her too. Anyway, but we love her. But they changed her as well and made it so that her shield bash doesn't stun anymore. Her shield bash actually pushes people away, and that's cool. That's cool and all, but let me not just bounce around all over the place. I need to have a stationary talk. Back to Junker Queen. She is very fun. She can change the tide of the fight, and I will say her ultimate is kind of broken. Ultimate that does tick damage. You can't heal and does base damage in general. That is like the most craziest thing I've seen in my life. And when you be a part of it, when you fuck around and find out, she will not give you breathing room. Plus, she can heal her teammates with just a roar and overheal them with that roar. She also can throw a knife at you where it will do tick damage, and she can like bring you closer to you whenever she calls it back. And also she has another ability where she hits you with her axe, and it does tick damage as well. But if you're low enough health, that shit will execute your ass. and that shotgun. The shotgun's okay if you want to call it a shotgun. It's literally just like it's not like a spread to it like on some Roadhog type beat, but it's literally just like stationary as a small spread. And if she gets you in a sweet spot, she can fuck you up, no question about it. And there's a lot of things that goes on in Overwatch 2 that I'm really enjoying. I don't know too much about Sombra because I did not play her. Zen's fucking kick, where he does like 50% more damage and knockback. It's the most amazing. It's amazing. It's actually amazing. Just imagine a Genji's on you trying to like mow you down, and all of a sudden you just kick him. By the way, Genji's the most useless hero in that game. Changed my mind.
Say less.
You will not play the game with that man, bro. I promise you, I cannot play the game at all with him. And my fault. I've been talking about this game too damn much.
No, you good.
There's a lot of things they changed into it. I like the little robot escort the robot mode. It's pretty cool. I ain't gonna lie. But the game is there. It's Overwatch day in day out. Literally, they can change whatever they want about that gameplay. But you know what's gonna stand out the most? The community. If the community is going to be the same regardless, however they put it, in my opinion. You're gonna have literally me and my homies were playing it, and then all of a sudden, man sat right there, probably waited I don't know how long to play DPS, and chose Torbjorn. Out of all the whole entire damn time, you sat right there and you choose Torbjorn. They changed nothing about that, by the way.
That man picked a 5-5.
Man's picked Torbjorn. We're just sitting there like, and he did not swap off at all. So yeah, motherfuckers in Overwatch are the same regardless of how the game is. And all I gotta say is, Orisa reworks. She's a fucking menace. She is the scariest thing in that fucking game. No shield, but she can like throw a javelin at you, and when you hit a wall, you're stuck there. Like when I said Genji is the most useless character in the game, imagine that happening to you. You just sit there. You have to imagine playing any character. And you have to sit there and sit on the wall and watch as you die.
Can you still shield or anything?
No shield. If you have a shield, I guess I will help you out. But motherfuckers will surround you like fucking bees. Can you surround yourself around 5 people by yourself? I don't think so.
My name ain't Broly. No.
Exactly. If you ain't Broly, you're basically that dude from New York who got jumped. Literally, they sit right there saying, "Fight back, fight back, nigga." Literally, that's all you're gonna hear is "fight back, nigga." What else did they change? They also made it where I think all the tanks have reduced knockback. So basically, not only Reinhardt has a knockback or reduced knockback, and that's whatever really. But the most change I would say is where you it is DPS. If you have full ultimate charge and you switch to another DPS, you keep 30% of that charge, and basically you just have like 30% sitting on that new character that you are now. So that way you don't have to sit right there and like work from the ground up to get your ultimate back.
Wasn't that in towards the end of Overwatch 1 though?
No, it was never in there.
What am I
as long as I play the game, people
when you first use it all and you died, there was a chance you could retain some of it.
Yeah, and there's a chance where you could lose it all too, just from a simple flashbang.
It was
Any CC. By the way, also Mei, she is the scariest thing in that fucking game as well. Her and what's her name? Orisa is the scariest thing in the fucking game.
Orisa is OP.
Orisa is OP as hell. Fucking basically, Mei does 100 a tick. She does not free you. She don't freeze you anymore. She does 100 a tick. If you're getting hit by her primary, you are getting hit by her primary. You will melt. You are on fire. You're not
pretty much all crowd control abilities got removed from the new Overwatch game.
Yes, and you're sitting there. You're sitting there, getting mowed down by ice. You're getting hit with some permafrost type beat, bro.
Does it still slow?
I don't think so. No, I don't think it slows at all. The only closest thing to CC is that man Doomfist, who is now a tank. He's pretty. Khalil say he don't like it. He don't really like it all that much, but he still enjoys doing fists nonetheless because he can still punch. He can punch multiple people now. By the way, he can't just hit just one. And plus, his seismic slam doesn't take you towards him anymore. And basically, I think they mixed in seismic slam with the uppercut. So basically, you could no, scratch that. No, that's a lie. I'm sorry, that's a straight up lie. They took fucking uppercut out the fucking game. No uppercut. No. All they can do is just literally find a sweet spot where they can fly up in the air with their punch, and then they does a seismic slam.
I mean, and also Street Fighter combos anymore.
No, sir, you can't. And he can also block shots, and I forgot what he does with that, but he still takes a little bit of damage from it. And Roadhog can now hook while he's in the middle of his ultimate now. So that's fun.
I'm not having that. No. Look, you can get this game on Games Pass.
Hold on, you shouldn't have told me that.
No.
You can when you're ultimate, when you're in the middle of ultimate, you can look at somebody, snatch them, and literally take everything they have. You can take their name, their credit card, their social security number. You can take anything you want.
The car, the kids.
Oh God! You're still father now. You fix the TV and now you're watching it. Who would have thought? You know? But yeah, Overwatch nonetheless is I would say it's very fast paced. I can't remember what they did with the respawn time. I didn't pay too much attention to that. But most of the stuff they did to the game, I feel like it was like a breath of fresh air. It almost feels like I'm playing a different game, but it's still Overwatch. So nonetheless, it does not matter.
Yeah, I was watching some gameplay right here. It looks like more like an arena shooter, low key. I'm okay. I like the speed of it. I like the pacing of it now. But
they also changed the scoreboard as well, where you can only see everybody's damage, enemies, your teammates. So if they're not doing what they're supposed to do, and if they're not healing how much they're doing, boy oh boy, you can call them out on that.
I'ma just wait till it's on Game Pass. Play with y'all boys when I can, cause I'm cool like this. Yeah. But I do want to hear some words from my good father Poppy Afro over there in the cut. I don't know if he's still here with us. So I do have a quick question about this Last of Us 1 remake. I ain't gonna lie. I do wanna
what's good, baby? What's good?
Yo.
I do want to talk about that if you're still with us, my guy.
Yeah, I am finna get ready to head out, but I definitely have time for that conversation.
Yes, sir.
Speaking of heading out, I'm gonna go ahead and make my due before.
No, you're not.
Oh no! In productions.
It's all Gucci though. It's all Gucci.
I will see you all on the next one, and thank you for having me.
Before you step out though, one quick question: what are you looking forward to by the end of this year? What are you looking forward to by 2022?
Oh, 100% the Paragon remake predecessor.
Say less. Yes,
it was the game that I went pro in, and I've been invited to do the server playtests multiple times now. The company just got a $20 million Series A investment, and they're working with Steve Superville from the last Paragon game. So they actually hired him to the advisory board for the company. It's an amazing game, and I can't wait to play it. So that's what I'm looking forward to.
Okay.
Took everything in me not to say someone say my name.
That's on my radar.
You know, I completely forgot to talk about a man Bastion too. But we can go off of that. I'm done talking about the game now. Bastion's a movie turret. He's a movie turret.
No.
You said you got a question for me?
I do back to Poppy Afro on this Last of Us 1 remake. How you feeling about that? You know, it's 2 remakes already. Go ahead.
I mean, I enjoyed the game, man. Like, wait, are they making another remake?
It's a remake for the first game. It's getting the
another one?
A PS5, bro. A PS5 port now.
Wait, remake or remaster?
Remaster. I would say remaster.
Same difference to me.
No, really, it depends.
They keep making the same game. I'm tired of it. Keep going.
So one, I can say right off the bat that if it's doing it for the PS5, that shit's about to look fucking like it's gonna look phenomenal, dude. So like, you know, I'm definitely excited for that because you know, like once I do get a PS5, I think that might be one of the first games I get. Not gonna hold you.
But it's $69.99 for no multiplayer.
How you know it's not gonna have a multiplayer?
There's no multiplayer.
Oh, well, that changes the game then. You already got 2, which doesn't have a fucking
No
multiplayer aspect.
multiplayer.
That's already kind of challenging. But it being the guy I am, I still do enjoy the game. I don't know. I guess we'll just have to wait and see, to be honest.
You do realize that they're coming out with a multiplayer game somewhat similar to Survivor's Mode in Last of Us 1, right?
God.
But is it The Last of Us, though?
No,
they haven't talked about it much at all.
It's like
they just said it's in the works. So I don't know anything about it outside of that.
Interesting.
I just don't see myself spending $69.99
for a game I beat like 3 times.
My I guess I'm gonna say some choice words here. As most of y'all know, it's not like my go-to. I love the story, but it's still Uncharted with stealth mechanics and the crafting system. I think that the story makes it, really takes it to the next place, but I don't think it's like a really good game. So just seeing that it's getting another update with the TV show, it's like, yeah, that's their bread and butter. But I think it's giving them a way to be kind of lazy now, where they can just rely on this for like the rest of their time period. I don't know. I'm just not excited for it. It's here again. I know people are gonna be like, oh my god, yes, another way to play this story for the 20th time, I guess, on the harder difficulty with like the Last of Us 2 combat, I believe. So it's like a small update here and there, but it's definitely a hard pass for me. I don't think it's yucky. I'm gonna stop talking now because it's yeah.
So the original question was, is Naughty Dog being lazy, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
It takes them, on average, about 3 to 4 years to release a new game? Roughly. Between Uncharted, Last of Us, Uncharted, because they put out a lot of Uncharted games between Last of Us 1 and 2. I think a lot of us forget about the Lost Ark series,
Lost Legacy, something like that. Something like
that. I forgot about that. I was like, yeah.
So I don't think they've necessarily gone lazy per se, because credit where credit's due, those graphics look amazing. Now, I'm not the kind of person who's sold on graphics alone. I've dropped many of fighting games because they look pretty but didn't play well. Look at any Mortal Kombat 11, I will not let that go. But I think artistically, from a pushing the consoles, capabilities and pushing the graphics and definitely pushing that realistic look, yes, they are leaders in that. I think the only one that really compares to them is Sony Montreal, the God of War people. I think that's like they've always been kind of like tied with Naughty Dog having like the advantage a little bit because they're not focusing so much on gameplay with their games. But when it comes to their actual games, and especially now that we're talking about the remastering of Last of Us 1, I think that they have gone lazy in the fact that they're not innovating their games, right? Because they pride themselves, and this is mostly a studio director problem, not the people making the game. You can go back and read interviews about how that management was dealt with Last of Us 2 and the criticisms thereof. But they focusing on storytelling and graphics, but when it comes to gameplay, nothing has evolved, nothing's changed, even though the devs recognize that they want to do more with that. And when it comes to Last of Us 1, if it looks just as good as Last of Us 2, then I think while the price may still be outrageous, it definitely would be well warranted for a remastering, especially if it comes to what's the equivalent of Game Pass for Xbox for Sony.
They're going to give people a time trial. They're doing a 2-hour trial. They're not giving people a Game Pass. No, Sony's not doing it.
You don't think they're going to do it eventually?
Horizon Zero Dawn right now is on a 2-hour time trial. They're not giving people free trials or a free full game. Not going to stream it or nothing. They're not. So see this at $69? No.
Got you. Well, when it goes on sale, it could definitely be worth it if it holds up to Last of Us 2 graphical standards. Not that I think it will.
Yeah,
but if it were, then I could definitely see that being a fair argument for it. But outside of that, I think we just need to see, for my definitive answer, I need to see what Naughty Dog is up to now. Because like I said, the thing they're lacking the most with me, outside of where the story kind of left me feeling a little like, okay, they dropped the ball in a few places where it really mattered. From 2 is what is the gameplay looking like? If I still have this stiff and kind of awkward, shooting, kind of weird but heavy movement, with my character, if I still have that, like, I'm basically playing Uncharted, but like in wet concrete kind of feel, I'm gonna call them out on that, as far as not really looking, especially when you consider the studio surrounding Sony. We got the people who make Spider-Man, God of War. There's no reason somebody can't, elevate that gameplay, you know. But as far as outside of the combat, I think Naughty Dog is consistently putting out decent content for what they're focusing on, except for the storytelling aspect. So, but nothing else changes. I'll say they're definitely stuck in their ways.
I hate to keep harping on. I'm gonna let Jay talk after this, but it's just because I've gone back and played most of the Uncharted games. It's like, nah, they've been in the same formula for a while. Like, I love their storytelling, but I guess because I'm not the story guy first most of the time, like I really want to have this more interactive gameplay. It's just kind of weird that they've gotten this pass for so long, and then we look at Assassin's Creed and we're like, oh my god, you guys
Don't get me
keep
started on
doing
Assassin's
this.
Creed, man.
And so it's just like to see. I understand what The Last of Us has done for this studio and like what it did for even for the PS3 and PS4, but to get another one so soon, and it's just like we can go play that for free right now if we wanted to. I guess it's there for the fans who want to play it. Like I really shouldn't have a place to say all this. I know if there's a game I want to play, like if we like a better Jack 1 update or something like that, or like just anything. It's something new. I know they have it in them, but I guess for me, I just think it's gonna tie in better with like when the show comes out. It's like the biggest thing for it. Just say people watch the show, go pick up a new game, fall in love with the lore and all that good jazz. But that's just a me thing. I'm gonna let Sherman go
That's
ahead.
definitely some backwards thinking on their part, if I'm being completely honest. If they think that they're going to turn show watchers into gamers, because first off, who's in the gaming sphere and has not heard of Naughty Dog, Last of Us, anything, right? If I'm being completely honest, no matter what space you're in, if you follow Sony, if you follow gaming, if you play any kind of games, if you own any kind of console, you're going to hear about The Last of Us. I don't think anybody, well, a very small portion of it, people, but nothing significant. I don't think anybody's going to look at this show, be like, hey, this is a really cool concept. This is assuming they nail it anyway. The show could be complete, dog water like Halo, but I don't think anyone's going to look at that show and be like, hey, I want more of this. Let me go see what those games are about. I don't think that's going to happen if that's the hope.
That's just how it seems from speculation. That's really it. Just lots of speculation. But it should run, my guy.
Fuck not a dog, bro. I sat at this point. I'm gonna say what that man JG said one day. At this point, if you haven't played the game yet, it's like, what the hell, man? It's literally free for PS5 players who got PS Plus. Some people don't got PS5 though. I will say that. But at the same time, it's been on sale multiple times. It's been like literally just sitting there marinating. Spent $20 just to play The Last of Us 1, literally free, no problems. It's like if I don't know, man. It's why? It's just why.
Money.
So definitely cash grab. I know they rebuilt it from the ground up, but
they say.
I still see it as a big cash grab. I'm just like literally. I'd reinstall The Last of Us 1 just to see how it holds up. It still looks fucking good. I know I have like the PS5 enhancements and all that, but that game when you go back to it still looks great, just like when it came out. So it's just like I think according to them, they redid the model so that more so like the actors and to follow more so like The Last of Us 2 kind of timeline. I don't know. I personally don't get it. It's just because you're not getting the multiplayer. It's just more of the same story. Like I just don't get it. At this point, I've already said it's been overrated. But the more I see this, is just like, wow, y'all are giving these niggas passes still because it's Naughty Dog, and
I
I'm
mean, they've been
just
doing
not
it
here
for
for it.
Bethesda for years, so if it works, it works. Yeah, I don't think I was gonna let that slide.
No, they killed it. See, they killed. No, the difference is they killed Bethesda, but because the people in the modding community still play it and add more things to it, that's what people still play their games because
You can't
that's the sad
modify the
part.
console versions though, and they still re-release those.
Look at Skyrim 5 going crazy, right? I said
No.
Skyrim 5, Elder Scrolls 5. I meant they're gonna get their money,
Release
their
2032?
done. They're gonna keep doing that over and over again. Just certain studios get their passes, and I'll never fully understand. It's the more I look at Naughty Dog, it's just like I know they can do better. I know they can give us more, but I think they're just stuck in their ways.
I think it's like more of a half. I think it's like a half thing where I'm pretty sure like Sony just walks up like, hey, you know, it'd be a cool idea if you re-release put Last of Us 1 on the PS5 with enhancements. And they sat right there and said, I'm pretty sure they probably sat right there and was like, yo, that's a fucking dumb idea. We own you. You're right. We gotta do it.
All right, thanks. Finger guns, wink.
Literally.
$69.99. I think that's the part that really killed me the most.
That price, bro. That price
Like,
will really
I was like deluxe edition 90. Like if
you saw the deluxe edition price, man. I almost flipped out my chair.
Yo, I think that's the base price for it. $69.99, right?
No, there's a $99.99 version where like it's like some kind of extra you get. I'm personally not here for it because my biggest thing is I'm just like, what game? What remake? Look, let's look at the Capcom Fighting Game Collection. This because it just came out. It's fresh in my mind.
How much is it? I need to get it.
That was it 39 or 49?
It was $39.99.
$39.99 for all those games that just got released for like us on the west side that was accessible.
And a side note, DNF Duel for $49.99 as well, and that's
new fighting game. And you're meaning to tell me because y'all added 4K 60 FPS
that TMNT the TMNT game that re-released?
That's 25 or 20?
That's like 25, $24.99.
If you got PS Plus, I believe.
No, that's without PS Plus.
Dead ass?
Before it was PS Plus, it was like 22.
Wow. So yeah, I'm just. It's weird because people are like, if you don't like it, then why the fuck are you speaking on it? I think it just kind of this overall looking at where gaming goes is just like. I know there's always going to be biases for like what you enjoy, but you just got to call out the stupid shit when you see it. Like, there's no way y'all are finna drop a full price game. Like, you're feeding into the bullshit for them to do it again.
That's again. Nothing on Sonic Origins. Cough, stoking the fire, stoking the fire.
Don't want to talk about it. No, that's Forces. Forces is ashy. Origins, we're not looking at that because that's also another cash grab that they're getting away with because Christian Whitehead and Sonic 3 and Knuckles. Like, just get your head up our asses and fucking look at what you're supporting. Like, y'all killing me, and I'm the fucking 2K player, so I'm talking fucking stupidity even more right now. Like, y'all, it's in y'all faces, and y'all just like, oh my god, Alien 4K again. So y'all got it, but I think everyone else is kind of split their diddly doos. Did have one more question before we do head out for the day. I do want to thank y'all if y'all do make it this far because we've been rambling and gambling, talking all that good jazz. My last question for the day is just what is everyone's predictions or what they're looking forward to coming up for 2022? It's been a long year. We're over halfway, and there's been a lot of good announcements. So it's kind of want to know where everyone else's heads is at.
I'm gonna go first just for the sake of going first, because let me just say, I'm throwing it in the universe that Callisto Protocol will be fire because I've been waiting for a new Dead Space game for a minute. I'm also throwing into the universe Asura's Wrath remaster. At least, please, God, answer my prayers. Answer my prayers, please. Marvel vs. Capcom 2. I know there's a deeper thing going on with that.
That's gonna be a few years, man. That's a lot.
Bro, I'm really gonna be on my deathbed and see that it came out and be happy.
Thankfully, it's in the works. We know that like they're trying to make an effort to get the conversation going, and like they're talking about we haven't forgotten. We're trying to make it happen. But there's so many licensing issues alone that they're trying to line up before they can even get started on making it.
And Disney is just literally just sitting there, just holding them by the nuts, saying, "Yeah, no, you're good. Bye." I'm like, oh my god, please, Disney, please don't be hoes.
Like, hold on, you ain't talking money. You ain't talking to us then.
Oh god, ain't talking money. I don't want to talk. Dang.
You know what I'm saying? But you know, if you look at Games Pass, you know everything. Let me stop talking about Games Pass.
Talking less than 50 million, man. What you coming here for?
What about you, my guy? Anime. What you got in your mind in 2022?
What I got on my mind in 2022?
Yeah.
See, I'm weird, man, because if it's not fighting games or FromSoft games, like I don't buy too many games off rip. You know, there's some weird, some niche things that I think are just for me, and they either come out very great and well received, but if not a little controversial. Thinking of Sifu, or it just completely flops like Breaker that was Biomutants, man. That I'm still hurt by that. I was like, that's so for me. It hurts. I wanted to do well, and it flopped. It died on impact.
RP.
But, as far as what I'm expecting, I'm expecting a Warner Brothers / NetherRealms announcement before the year's over, because whatever they're working on is apparently big, and they got the right to Marvel. So a lot of people are speculating Marvel versus DC, something like that. Or maybe it's a whole new IP in general that's not Marvel related. So we shall see. And I'm hoping that they're taking notes from how games are now, and they're going to increase movement speed and all this other stuff, because I'm so sick of that whole dashing into projectiles for no reason gameplay. So I hope that they take some cues and make a game more suitable for my play style and what I like to see. Outside of that, I don't know. I know there was this one game trailer that got announced that no one knows about for some reason. Project something. It looked like a Dark Souls competitor for real.
I think I know what you're talking about. I can't remember though.
That one where he was fighting like that, not a dragon, but like a giant lizard, and it had like the best impact. Like you get knocked into walls and stuff like that. And it was like pretty cinematic, but it was like still in the gameplay. And I've been looking for it, and I've heard nothing of it. But I think mostly I'm just gonna be looking at the indie sphere, looking at what people are making. Seeing what ideas come from indie. Once we get off this roguelike phase and start looking into more, interesting ideas. And hopefully before the middle of because I don't think it's gonna happen this year. Hopefully before the middle of next year, Returnal comes to PC finally, where it was meant to be this whole time.
Oh god, bro! Every time I play it, it's just like, ugh. Every time
it looks like it was made for PC, man. I don't understand.
It does.
So those are my hopes and dreams.
Honestly, I have a few. I'm gonna keep it to just 3, if anything. First and foremost, Little Devil Inside. They keep
I forgot all
lying
about that.
They keep on lying to us about, oh yeah, end of this year, oh yeah, end of next year. Haven't seen anything in like any games fest, state of play, nothing. It's been the Discord is dead. I be in there every day, like, give me something.
Hey, if y'all hearing like loud pops, that's the fireworks outside.
Oh, good. They already getting ready. They pre-gaming for real.
It got started like 2 days ago, Monday.
It's just, I love the concept they're going for, and I think they announced it way too early, and we talking like a whole damn near decade ago at this point.
Because they've been supported since
Wii U.
8 years ago, 7 years ago.
I'm gonna just say Wii U and leave it there. That's all you need to know. So it's just like they keep twisting niggas' dicks and not communicating and being cryptic, and it's just I hope for the best. I still got my fingers crossed.
It's gonna be worth the wait.
I'm trying to keep my expectations hella low because I know if I get it, I'm still gonna be happy because it finally came for everyone that has waited. But it's just like, damn, if it's like not good, it's gonna be like just one of those like just. But that's where it's like I'm looking at Saints Row. I know we all.
I have no excitement for that game.
That's.
Look, I've never been a Saints Row fan, but I know of Saints Row. I played a little bit of it, and I've seen people play it and talk about it and stuff like that. Never hit any real marks for me, personally. But the fact that it got announced this recently in this day and age of gaming, I don't think they could prove me completely wrong, mind you, and I'm still open to the idea of that happening. But I don't think it's going to make as big as a splash as people think.
And that's fine. I don't care if it's going to splash into my console. I know what to expect from a third-person sandbox game where I can create niggas and just turn my brain off for hours.
Literally.
Like as much as niggas hated on 3 and 4 because it kind of just they deviated from those original like very stupid stereotypical gangster type of things. It's just like I don't fully like the direction just yet, but the more I've seen the gameplay and the whole you got to create a boss feature and all that, I am liking where it's going, and I'm just like, yeah, no, it's gonna be a day one cop for me. Like I already know like what I'm not gonna say what to expect, but like I know what I'm gonna get into. Like I'm liking. I think my biggest fear is just how they're gonna handle co-op. I don't think there's any more information about that just yet, but I'm definitely just got my eye on that. It's coming out next month, so I'm just like, yeah, no, I'm here for it. And no, lastly, Gundam Evolution. I think I missed the console network test, but I'm looking forward to a little hero shooter. Finna watch some more gameplay on that later today. But y'all got anything else before we wrap this thing up?
I mean, Zombie was sitting over there silent. Zombie, you guys, you expect anything for later in the future?
That man 5-minute warning was 30 minutes ago. No cap.
I forgot. That man left his computer on too. That's funny.
Yes, sir.
But nah, that's all me right there. I'm throwing into the universe Asura's Wrath. I want to play it again. I don't want to buy. I don't want to download no goddamn emulator.
Oh, speaking of which, put that man in Street Fighter officially or some Capcom versus something.
Please.
Put that man in something.
I forgot about Forspoken. Oh wait. Oh,
I forgot about that game too. When that game come out? Like November?
It got pushed back
October.
because.
Oh, got pushed back?
No, wait, hold on. Am I getting it right? Because I think it either got pushed back or Final Fantasy got pushed back. One of the two got pushed back because they were coming out around the same time.
It says October still. Yeah, it still says October 20.
It might have been Final Fantasy got pushed back. No, it got announced. Yeah, but okay. So yeah, keep going.
Yeah, no, that's the more I see it, the more I'm just like I just want it home here.
Literally, I want her home. I want her to come home, man. I want her to come home.
Man, you already know how I feel about Square in this game, so
I hope it ain't gonna be a hoe fest. I hope it ain't gonna be a hoe fest. That's all I can hope.
no, that's gonna be the Harry Potter game.
That's gonna piss a lot of people off.
That's gonna be the one you're gonna hear on the news cycle for all the wrong reasons.
All the wrong reasons. Join us next week. We're gonna be dunking on a lot more shitty games like Gotham Knights. I have a whole thing piece on that.
I saw that again yesterday, and I forgot all about it. And I saw gameplay of it, and I'm still wondering how anybody thought that was okay, especially considering where Arkham left off.
Man, this was the first official episode of Hardcore Casuals, the rebrand. Hopefully next time we don't bore niggas to death. So
speak for yourself. I was very enlightened.
Very enlightened today, you know what I'm saying? But hopefully the whole gang sticks around. So we'll catch when we catch y'all. Thank you.
Let poof, my niggas.
Take it easy, drink water. 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 Take it easy.